Hello everybody, hi. The date today is the 9th of July, it's Sunday, and the time now is 1 p.m. Singapore time. Well, it is the month of July, and in the month of July, on the 1st of July, we have been given this notification in our application. So actually most of the official announcements on Fintosh, you can access it by checking your own Fintosh app on the home page. And on the home page, you will see all the scrolling banners, right? And this is where you can click in to see the latest announcements. Okay, so on the 1st of July, this was the announcement of FinSwap official launch. Okay, and in this announcement, it actually tells us what is the main chain, blockchain, address, etc. Alright, but then there is no other notification on how we are to access and use this FinSwap. So we have been waiting eagerly for new development, and then a few days later, there is an announcement on. Okay, just a quick recap for everybody for the month of July 2023. Okay, because the month of July is an exciting month supposedly for Fintosh. It's our anniversary month, and here there's an important announcement on the disclosure of information regarding FTC hack on the 4th of July, whereby in this article it actually tells us that they actually know about the hacker. This is the hacker who hacked into the Pancake Swap, and took away a substantial amount of our money, right? And in this announcement, it actually revealed the identity of the person, all right, his date of birth and the ID and etc., and even the telephone number of the person, and this person is from China. All right, so this has been what was being announced, and after that there's no more announcements for the past few days, and I guess the silence was a bit awkward, and so a number of people actually reach out by text, by email, by call, by telegram, and asking asking questions like, what's happening? Is Fintosh finished? But no, of course not. And I have also responded to some of the people, but I have no time to respond to everybody. But now I take this opportunity to update everybody, okay? So yes, as I was saying, to update everybody, because today being the 9th of July, yes, there is a special session. Let me translate it into English for you. There is a special session on Galaxy System Conference, okay, and speech by Yu Zong on the July the 8th, which was yesterday. So there was an online session, and it is all in Chinese, in Mandarin, okay. And in this session, it is very valuable. I was just listening into the first 5 minutes or so, and I'm pausing it in order to do a direct translation as I hear it for you, okay? So that you can hear it from the horse's mouth, which are the speakers themselves, and they are important and valuable speakers who helm the top of Fintosh, in terms of the business aspects. And so whatever information that they disseminate here will be very powerful updates, and then you can hear from the horse's mouth. But I know many of you are unable to understand the language, and therefore I will try to do my best to give you an immediate English translation right here. Right, without further ado, let me play this recording for you.
他曾在 FINTOCH 做到4个 ND 加，然后他的日收入有破到2万美金。那目前呢，在杜拜啊、欧洲、美国都有团队伙伴。 也是我们优总体系下最积极的成员之一。那他自己也有一间办公室，然后每天都是爆满的状况。那 Cindy 老师，
在。
那我们现在就热烈欢迎我们的 Cindy 老师来为我们做分享哦。Cindy 老师，麻烦你了。
很感恩，各位能在。
Okay, hi. Let me help to translate the introduction. The host has introduced that the upcoming person is Miss Sandy. Miss Sandy is also my personal mentor. Alright, she is the one at Fintosh who guided me in this business from the very first day, guided me on how to invest, how to structure, how to strategize, and how to eventually construct the business. Okay, so Sandy is my personal mentor, and the host has introduced her that she is MD plus 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 plus. She's 4 MD plus, and her daily income is reaching 20,000 USD, and she has international teams from across the world. And also she is one of the most vibrant and active member within the Galaxy system under Fintosh, which she actually has the global success group, okay, which is where I and my network, we are part of the global success group. And so she has introduced Sandy to give her sharing, and also Sandy is one of the most prominent leaders in the Asia Pacific Fintosh. All right, so I shall continue.
能够在空中课堂跟大家见面，我叫沈迪，是来自亚太银河体系新加坡的成功社区。很感恩这个平台啦，我们有三星有幸啦，碰到我们这个FINTOCH，大家都是信心百倍。我们从公司的一路走来，到现在应该有11个月，但最近这个1个多月，公司呢是有一点更好的一个改进啦。可能过2天呢，我们的优总会宣布新的好消息啦。
And so Sandy has shared that the company has come a long way in the past 11 months. The company has been growing, and in the last 1 month there was some kind of like a halt and pause in order to make changes for the better. All right, and so Sandy is saying that basically things are moving great, and that her confidence level is still very full, and looking forward to new improvements.
就是现在来讲，就每天呢，我们基本上都有很多会员在这上课啊，加那个增加流动性啊，都有在做啦。不过呢，这个平台呢，是我们以后要走更远的路。在大家就是说有一个 FTC 呢，这一个以后质押下去的话，大家都能赚到很多钱啦。
And so Sandy is saying that in the recent months, we are taking this time also to upgrade ourselves, study, learn new things, and also to add on to the liquidity pool of the pancake swap, etc. Okay, and then she also says that upcoming with the launch of FTC, we can look forward to more earning power, more streams of earning.
具体的呢，我今天也没什么准备啦，就是希望大家呢，就是拿起勇气的，敢敢的冲。这个平台是我们的悠悠总裁带到新加坡来，也让我们新加坡的整个社会都活跃起来，充满。
And so Sandy says that, basically that we can take this time and recharge and have the momentum to push through when the system is ready, and that she's grateful that Fintosh has been brought to Singapore by Miss Yo-Yo that this has given a lot of people economic recharge and has livened up the Singapore economy.
充满的活力，不管年纪，只要进来的人都赚到钱，所以接下来会更好的利好消息会接二连三的出现在我们每一个会员的面前。大家加油吧！以后有机会再多多见面了。我因为这边还在开会，主持。
And so she says that, we just anticipate for good news, and everybody get ready for better things that are going to come one after another.
主持人，你可以接麦啦。
好，非常感谢 Sandy 老师的分享。那我们接下来就把主持棒交给 Peter 老师。
好的，谢谢啊，谢谢主持人啊，
麻烦您，谢谢。
好，不好意思，真的，因为刚刚我那个地方网络不好，所以掉线了哈。我现在已经解决了这个问题啊，现在跟大家好好来聊一聊啊，因为怎么说？
And so after Sandy's, now the mic has been passed to teacher Peter. I believe he is one of the leaders in China.
后来其实我对优总我是蛮佩服蛮尊重的，因为其实优总的有一句话啊，我是体会的最深的哈。优总一直在跟我们讲一句话，就是说首先要把自己搞定啊。这句话的话，其实是我以前在做企业，在做一切事情的时候我也是奉行的一句话，也就是说很多事情的话，如果你自己都没信心的话那你是没办法做好的不管是。
And so Peter is saying that he is respectful and appreciative of Miss Yo-Yo. Miss Yo-Yo is the Asia Pacific #1, and he says that there are many areas that she has shared, and specifically one phrase of wisdom that she has shared is very pertinent and important, which is this sentence that says, first settle yourself. First settle yourself. And he says that this is applicable to all areas of life, whereby we first have to settle ourselves and settle our mindset in order to achieve success in everything that we do.
是一个什么事情，如果你没有100%的投入，没有十足的信心的话，一个再好的事情的话，可能别人能做成功别人能赚到钱可能在你这里的话，也都不一定能做到怎么样所以呢优总总是说了一句话先把自己搞定我就是这样的一个人我其实也是跟大家一样。
And so he elaborated that it is important to first settle yourself, because in all that we do, we must have 100% of focus, dedication, commitment, as well as confidence. And that is the way to success, and he applies that and he shares more.
一样是一个玩家我是今年的1月3号我才接触到了这个FINTOCH。接触了之后的话我是自己好好的花了一个礼拜时间把从技术从白皮书这一块好好的研究了一遍。因为在这之前的话跟大家说一下，其实我是自己有开一个项目一个区块链的商城我也是用了半年的时间，也做的是非常的优秀的但是后面因为我自己那个项目呢，因为也是一个相当于来说一个有带一点泡沫的一个区块链的一个商城一样的，所以后来呢，我也就要不断的去寻找 一些利润来消我自己的那个平台的泡沫，消我平台的那个泡沫。所以呢，后来我1月3号就接触了这个分头去。我仔细的分析了之后，我就觉得这个分头去是一个非常非常好的能够达到我自己的那个目标以及我的目的的一个。
Right, so Peter, he's sharing that he got to know about Fintosh on the 3rd of January, and since he joined Fintosh, he committed time to study about the system as well as to analyze the white paper. And he shared that his background, that he used to also be in similar platform and similar DeFi space, but he was in it for about half a year, and he did attain pretty good success. However, he realized that in the previous platform, it sort of exists within some form of bubble, and as the time goes, he realized that it was not sustainable. And so that's how he found Fintosh, and then he discovered that Fintosh has elements that actually gives him the confidence that this is a good and appropriate and suitable platform for him.
一个平台一个项目，因为主持人能听到我的声音吗？主持人
，Peter 老师可以听到，可以听到。
主持人能听到我的声音啊？还有你要控一下场，如果看到谁的那个话筒在说话的话，你作为主持人，你可以在那里面关麦你可以关一下他的麦，好吧？
好，没问题。
所以我就在1月3号通过了1个礼拜的这个学习跟研究，而且我是应该来说不仅仅是我一个人，我是带着我的团队带着我的技术团队我的技术团队给我这样描述了一句话，他说肖总，他说分头去是我见过的最有成功基因的一个系统也就是说像分头去这个系统的话，只要它运作的良好的话，未来它有可能成为全球最牛逼的一个神盘，是带着这份期待，然后我把我们分头。
And so Peter continues to share that when he was from his other platform, apparently this other platform that he was saying for 6 months, I believe that it was his own platform that he created. Okay, but it ran into some problem after about half a year. And so when he came on board on the 3rd of January to Fintosh, he spent 1 week to study the system and the white paper. And along with him, he brought his whole network as well as his technical team. And his technical analysts, they analyze the Fintosh system, and they tell him that, hey, boss, this Fintosh, if they were to develop according to the plan, and when they execute these successfully, this will really be the most efficient, the most outstanding, the most excellent I think platform in this space, in this industry. Okay,
分头去的白皮书反反复复的研读了5遍我
They studied the white paper through and through, page by page, 5 times.
每读一遍我的心就更加激动一次，每读一遍我都有新的这个感受，所以呢
He says that every time they study the white paper, they have new in-depth knowledge and new heightened confidence. Okay, on the side note, yes, though I have skimmed through the white paper before, I did not do a full in-depth. Perhaps this is something that I could walk with you, I mean my YouTube subscribers and my network and members, that we could walk through the white paper more in-depthly here on together. Okay, coming back to the translation.
从一开始这个分头去，我其实并不是乘着它的借贷板块来的我是乘着它的这个白皮书来的
He says that when he was impressed with Fintosh, it was not because of the lending and borrowing. Alright, it's not that impressed him. It is the white paper, the technology behind the system that fascinated him.
这个白皮书的话，其实他说的很清楚、很明白，我们分头去的这个一步一步的规划，以及各方面的这个步骤，是吧？其实，在我们的白皮书里面，我们
He says that in the white paper, it details very specifically the full plan and strategy and the process of execution of the ecosystem.
没有重点的去描述我们的借贷这个会是一个什么状态，而是讲我们的分 swap、分派、分硕以及我们的其他的8大生态系统。所以呢
He says that in the white paper, there is no mention of anything related to lending and borrowing. Okay, the white paper centers upon the full ecosystem like FinSwap, FinDex, FinSouls, FinBox, etc. So these are the various ecosystems that the company has always been emphasized on the technical development.
从一开始的话，我就不是乘着这个借贷板块来的，我就是乘着我们的白皮书、我们的 FTC 公链来做的。所以当
So he says that it has never been the lending and borrowing that attract him. He has always been interested in the blockchain technology and the system the development, in the white paper that has attracted him to Fintosh.
我们的5月22号我们5月23号我们的借贷板块暂停了之后，然后就项目方就推出我们的现在的这个公链系统。其实当然我也有盘反过，为什么？因为我不止我一个人，因为我那个时候带着我的兄弟姐妹们从我以前的那个系统里面转到我们的分头去来之后，他们很多的新老会员都是乘着这个借贷这个板块来的，因为他们觉得这个借贷板块赚钱很快
So he says that when he switched over, being fascinated and attracted, right, to Fintosh, when he came over, he brought along many of his people, his network over from the other platform to migrate over. He says though he himself is fascinated, attracted by the technical aspects, obviously many of his members came because of the attraction of the lending and borrowing. And so in May, when the system stopped on the lending and borrowing, of course, some of his other members have also opinions and expressed certain opinions about the swap and the change.
也很爽，但是他们就没有考虑到这个中间的这个波动，所以呢，当5月23号这个我们的借贷板块暂停了的时候，很多人就着急了盘反了，所以呢，那个时候我个人虽然不是那么着急，但是我也替我的会员他们着急，知道吧？
So he says, so on the 23rd of May, when the system stopped for the lending and borrowing, his members were very anxious, and though he himself was more technically inclined, but of course having members in his network, he also feels their anxiety.
好吧，所以后来我总结，我说不管做什么项目，不管做什么，再好的我们也不能够去刷信用卡，不能够去借高利贷啊，来到这个资本市场，因为资本市场的话它是血腥的啊，所以我们
And so on this note, he comes to the conclusion and about his members and to share with everyone is that for any form of investment, we are never ever to borrow money from the bank or to get any loans, any form of loans, to put the money into any form of platform or investment, because the risks are high. Hang on, what's going on?
拿我们的未来
And also not to use credit card, etc. to invest. We can only take our excess finances and extra money to invest.
3-5年才要用的，才可以动的这个闲钱资金到这个资本市场来所以呢，其实还是以前我一直有跟我的新老会员在不断的跟他们解释，我说虽然这个借贷板块非常好，但是我说你们还是不要去刷信用卡可以借高利贷来参与这个项目。
Okay, his advice is really sound, and he says that no matter how good the platform, no matter how attractive the platform, we never ever use money that we borrow from the banks or credit card. It has to be extra excess money that we have enough to last for the next 3 to 5 years, and still have extra that kind of money to go into any platform. Okay, because we can never foretell the future and the risk exists. I think this is very sound financial advice.
且我一再的跟他们强调，我说如果你们真的是刷了信用卡借了高利贷，那第一时间要做的事就是回本，好吧？在金融市场回本为王啊。
And he continues to say that if anyone really borrowed from the banks or credit card to go into any investment and get stuck, then the first thing first is to please quickly settle your capital, as in like recover back your capital, and I think he's trying to say settle your loans and not get into debts.
先把本钱先回来，然后再拿你的利润去无限的滚动，这样的话你心里就没有压力，这样的话不管遇到什么样的波动你都不会太担心，好吧？就像我们今天的分头去一样，如果你不是拿闲钱来我们分头去的话，那这段时间的这个波动可能会令你心里面很着急很担心，特别是我们国内的我们大陆的一些家人们，因为说的不好听一点，真的避一些反盘，避一些资金盘，把我们新老会员有时候真的过得非常非常的惨，真的是血淋淋的教训。所以他们真的有时候一看到这个提不了现了，心里面真的都是很担心的。但是幸亏他们碰到的不是别的，而是我们分头去。我们分头去没有像别人说的那样， 官网跑路了。我们分头去是按照白皮书那样所说的一样我们稳稳的把我们的公链在我们的7月1号就推出来了，而且我们的18也在。
Peter 老师，不好意思。
Okay, so Peter continues to say that yes, so that is very important. And even at Fintosh, for example, if you had gone into the lending and borrowing, and if you had already made back your capital, then it was important to retract our capital and just take the profits and roll the profits only. And if you had done that, then any situation arises, turbulence or stoppage, just like what we encounter at Fintosh, then our mindset will not be so anxious, and we can still accept all the changes because we already recover the capital and it's rolling with the profits, right? And then he also says that the good thing about Fintosh is the company is definitely still here and going strong with all the technology and ecosystem. And so it is not like other situations where it's a situation of a rug pull or a disappearance, etc. Okay, but the company is still doing good things for the future era. All right, and so at this juncture, he's being stopped because he's being interrupted because there is an introduction of Miss Yo Zong coming on board to share. All right, and for that, I'm going to continue in the next video.
不好意思，我插一下话，Peter 老师，不好意思哦，打断您一下。
这几天
我们Peter 老师，您听到吗？不好意思，打断您一下，我们有一位大人物要来讲话，是我们的优总，可以开一下麦克风吗？
在。
优总，你可以把它分享一下，谢谢。
不是激励啊，是好久没有，你们有一些人好久没有听到我的声音。
All right, so okay, so Peter has been interrupted, even though Peter has given also very great enlightenment and investment advice. I think it is very good for us to bear that in mind, including myself, even though repeatedly in many of my videos in the past, I have also pretty much said the same thing. But when it comes to application, we must really remember to put that theory into practice. All right, I myself still got burnt, but nonetheless, we all have to just be mindful. Okay, now I'm going to end this first part of the video. I'm going to continue the translation for the second part for Miss Yo when she shares her thoughts, okay, about Fintosh and what updates she has to share and what is happening. All right, God bless all. Please tune into part 2 of this video.